One of the community problems that our society is facing right now is the issue about the crime and violence. So crime and violence are actions that constitute offense that is punishable by law. These behaviors include infliction of unlawful exercise of physical force or intimidation that is intended to cause pain and damage to someone or may even lead to death. This can also include oppressive ruling class and capitalist construct that forces the people into poverty. This issue has been already a long-term issue in the Philippines, which causes fear among the Filipinos on a daily basis. So the following are the causes of crime and violence issue. First is the poverty. Second is the alcohol and illegal drug abuse. And third is the unemployment. And for the effects of the crime and violence issue, we have death, mental distress, and poor quality of life. So these are the causes and effect of crime and violence issue.
It is a relief that the crime rate of the Philippines has been dropped by 46% during the community quarantine period. But wait, let us look at why are these crimes happening and what are the reasons behind the violence. Poverty, alcohol abuse, legal abuse, and unemployment. These are some of the reasons why crime and violence happens. I am going to show you a real situation in connection to poverty and alcohol abuse. First is poverty. There is a man named Dennis residing in the slums of Manila who is an assassin, or in the Philippines commonly called as gunman. Let us watch this clip to know the behind story of why he became a gunman.
May barkada ako na alam ko ganun yung trabaho. Tapos nung walang-wala po ako, hiningan ko siya ng tulong. Hindi naman ako napahiya sa kanya.
Clearly, Dennis stated that he is in need of money and the friend offered him a job. So out of poverty and unfortunate financial status, he went for it. On the other hand, let us see this clip of a person who is intoxicated of alcohol that resulted him of stabbing his kainuman.
Kuna ng CCTV ang paglusob na nasa 40 residente mula sa 3 barangay sa Sampaloc, Maynila. Ilan sa kanila may mga bitbit na mahabang kahoy at malalaking bato. Hinahabol nila si Roger Abadilla na siyang nanaksak umano sa isa niyang kainuman.
Ano nakainom ka? Ano marami ba? Mga 3 bote.
Indeed, alcohol has components that makes people drunk if they go beyond their alcohol tolerance. And this results to unfortunate happenings and unwanted violence. Moreover, let us hear from Almira the illegal drug abuse and unemployment.
Unemployment and illegal drug abuse can cause crime and violence. There was a saying that says, a day unemployed is like a bagel. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. For me, this explains that unemployment can cause people to do bad things like committing crime, because people who are unemployed will always find ways, even if it's very indecent, just to provide their needs and the needs of their family. Thus, they have good intentions but their ways are bad. In connection to illegal drug abuse, most unemployed people engage themselves in illegal drugs like selling it. And people who are using drugs most likely become addicted and abuse the use of it, since it has a hallucinogenic and stimulant drug that makes them escape from reality. Additionally, when people run out of money, they will force their family just to buy the illegal drugs. And if their family refuses, then that's the time that crime and violence starts, because there are instances that they will hurt their family or others physically. Therefore, unemployment and illegal drug abuse can lead to crime and violence.
The effects of crime and violence can last for a long time. And do take note, the effects of this is not dependent on how serious or severe your experience was. Effects such as mental distress, poor quality of life within the community, or even death are some things that should not be swept under the rug. And if you are a victim of these, do not be afraid to ask for support, because it is not your fault.
As a youth, it is essential for us to acknowledge that there is something wrong that is happening within our community. Life are important and it must be valued by all. Higher currents of crime and violence are indicators that life are put into margins, which allows people to live in constant fear, than to live in an environment of peace and safety. It is appropriate to take note that crime and violence will not increase in number if all the people will respect the law and the existence of others. We must let our concerned voices to be heard in order to end these cultures of oppressions and repression in the community.